Okay, so Allan, the live stream is up, and of course the topic is on the live stream. Live stream.
Bring it, come.
And one of my friends, Janelle James, she's asking, why only
Janelle?
Men on that panel?
Janelle, listen. That is Janelle that on the live stream?
Yeah, Janelle James.
Hi, Janelle. I'm on Facebook. Janelle has posed the most interesting topics.
I love her view on stuff. I love her view on stuff.
I like Janelle post. Janelle, pick up yourself.
But ladies and gentlemen, the topic for this evening on Relationship Wednesday is...
You're listening to Relationship Wednesday on Cruise Control.
Ladies, married women, do you use sex with your husband as a reward? And should it be? Allan, your take?
I just want the question to soak in first.
Hold on.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, you have
Let's do it again.
Let the question soak in. Because,
Ladies!
I just want because I've spoken about. I spoke about this countless times.
Janelle is probably saying only men on this panel. It's going to be biased.
Don't worry
But you know what?
We'll be inviting ladies to jump in and say
We
something.
really want to hear from the ladies.
But I am of the view that let's just put 10 men in a room. 8 out of 10 men experience that. Where I would call it the cookie. Yeah. They would be given the cookie.
Yeah.
If they were a good boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the topic, in case you guys missed it, ladies, married women, do you use sex with your husband as a reward? And should it be?
Yes. Cookie. Good boy. Or...
So you're saying 8 out of 10 men
I would say they have
experience that?
Yes. Yes.
I wonder if it's true. I wonder what's the reason for it.
Folks, it's just an opinion. Yeah. But I would think here in Trinidad, yeah. Reynard laughing. Why Reynard laughing?
Reynard,
why you laughing? It's a little edgy. I know it's a little edgy.
Wow.
So the question is, what do women, married women?
Reynard didn't know what the question was.
Oh, we spring it on him. Yeah. Swallow that, boy.
Look at that.
I want to digest.
All the time we were speaking about the increase in taxi and maxi fares. All the lines were lit. All 5.
They'll come in. Yeah. You see, because again, what happens most times in
now, ladies, you could call in
marriages
and don't give your name if you feel so. Look
in
at
marriages, and a lot of people will argue that in marriages, we tend to find sometimes that women will reward for a good thing.
Yeah.
And if you happen to fall out or some problem exists or something went wrong, this is why I say it's a reward sometimes, most times, 8 out of 10. And not necessarily, given. Because, Mickey, you do wrong, the cookie jar is
close
locked
up. Shop close.
Yeah, put up in the cupboard, and there's a lock on the cupboard.
Click, click.
And the kitchen door is closed as well, with a lock on that as well.
Reynard, you okay, man?
So the husband had to go through, he had to unlock the kitchen door.
Yeah.
And when he get in the kitchen now, he had to unlock the cupboard door. And then he had to unlock the cookie jar.
Wow.
Yeah, that's 3 layers.
Wow. Wow.
In some cases, I am just saying.
Kieron Fritz, if you're listening, you're invited into this panel as well.
You want Kieron Fritz to reach home tonight?
Reynard, open the door and call
Kieron. You want Kieron to reach home tonight?
6221981. First call on the inside. Good evening.
So, beautiful topic.
Beautiful topic.
Topic that I love.
All right.
Let me tell you this, right? Men are of the view, right, that if you and your wife is angry and you have sex, I'm just going a little way off. I'm coming back, right? That everything will be all right after sex, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be that way, right? Sometimes if you're angry and, okay, it happened, everybody had their fill and enjoy, but sometimes as a woman, you're still mad at the situation because the situation has not been solved. And if it continues like that, and it continues giving in, and the situation not working out itself, sometimes that is where you come and you get a locked door. Not necessarily that the door is locked and the kitchen locked and the cupboard locked. Hey, you guys, stop that inside of there. Because I love it. You hear me? and I give it free. But I'm telling you, if you do not, you laugh, you laugh. if you do not make amends to your ways and listen to what we are saying, yes, sometimes you tend to get a locked door or the closed door or a crack.
But my dear, let me ask you one time, since that here. What about the view in that your body is mine and mine is yours? If I vex or you vex, you can't lock that out. You know what I'm saying? What about that view when yours is mine, mine is yours?
Hello, sometimes when you vex, but that doesn't say the situation solved.
Of course not. Of course not.
And if you continue going down that road, it's all the time, but then it comes to something, you're human. And because you're human, because I have a little thing there, and it's a little thing there, you need to find out why. But sometimes we are telling you, and you're not listening in. So that's why you're going to get a front door, or your cupboard closed, or your door closed. Make a choice which one you want to know. But that's for the door all the time. Love you guys.
Love you. Thank you.
This is hello?
Yes,
hello?
yes.
This is a married woman speaking.
Very much. Thank you so very much for your views.
6221981. Of course, feel free to check out our live stream. Now, we just called Patrick S. Dyer, DJ Patrick, and Kieron Fritz on the inside.
Give any question about
the topic, guys. The topic.
Right.
You ready?
Right.
Ladies, married women.
Right.
Do you use sex with your husband as a reward? And should it be?
Let me get any live stream for you.
You think I'm right?
What? What I hear on this radio station.
You think I'm right? Did you ring? Yes. Put it on and answer this question as I'm married man. Tell the nation. Tell the world.
Let me see.
Do you think ladies use that as a reward, Kieron?
Yes.
Okay.
In my personal experience,
Brave man, boy.
I have received a reward of intimacy. Praise the Lord. Having said that,
the opposite is true.
Patrick Dyer is not married, but he's in the mix. Having said that, it is not dangled or used to make me feel the opposite of what I'm getting. So in other words, it's a reward. Yes, I see it as a reward and a blessing, but it's never used as. Well, you see that tonight you're not. You see that? That happened in my household.
Praise the Lord.
Because biblically, my brother,
thank you. Tell
the
you
coming together of a man and a woman, it brings that portion of the whole wedding day about the two becoming one.
Right.
It gives it meaning, and my wife understands, and I understand as well. Because ladies, you also desire the blessings of the Lord as a reward.
Thank you.
So if you are mutually, biblically, and physically, and holistically connected, it wouldn't be. I'm just saying. But yes, it is used. It is used. And bless God for that.
Earlier on, our good friend Kevin Johnson, he said he's being real. And clearly, the environment teaches sex as a reward. Hence, unfaithfulness is very common in marriages because subconsciously, sex is a reward. How many husbands or wives will have sex with their spouse after they've hurt them?
I just said,
That's a good question.
6221981. Good evening.
Yes, hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir.
What make me just laugh is Reynard's face when Kieron first started talking about
Yeah, you seeing it?
You understand?
Who's this, Kieron?
Reynard only mixing tea, but you know who's this?
The average, the voice, I got the voice.
Oh God, Justice, oh God,
Right.
Just this one.
You know the old people have a saying, right? What happens in the bedroom is in the bedroom business. That have nothing to do with what argument you had earlier on in the day. Don't go to bed with your wife. Then. You understand what I'm saying? What happens in the bedroom? Right? And when you wake up in the morning, the atmosphere would be less tense.
Yes.
And you'll be able to talk about things and work it out.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
But let's not misconstrue.
Don't let the sun go down on your right.
But let's keep it in context here, folks.
All right.
Women using sex.
Yes, they do.
As a reward.
But I don't think it's
in
negative,
marriage.
man.
Is it necessary?
Nothing wrong.
Is it a must? Do this?
Well,
You're asking not new things now.
I know.
It
I
should
need
be a must.
You want to keep it on
But-
that?
All right.
You want to keep it along that line?
Tradition knows that. I
Because
understand.
I know the callers might listen and they might think me talking about being angry and
Right.
and upset
Right.
and getting that lock away. I mean, I created that, I presented that earlier on. But I want
present
us,
a new thing.
I want us
right,
to.
but well, I was just addressing what the previous caller,
Right,
was
right.
talking about
That's how you want
that
to
young lady. Right. Well, I'm not married to begin.
So you want mine, your wife giving you sex as a reward.
As a reward.
Yeah, let's just say
When,
Take the
Yeah,
word
the
reward
thing
in
is, right,
context
the thing
with
is,
you.
right, when you say as a reward, you're making it sound like, you know, in order to get it.
A prize?
Yeah, you had a mow the lawn, you had a...
Is
a
that
reward,
right?
a reward.
Is that right?
It's a reward.
I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's a reward. Isn't it?
You're afraid of
It's a privilege.
It's a privilege.
It's a privilege. It's a privilege. It's the man's
With
privilege.
the union. That's part of the union, you understand? So, I don't know if I would say it's a reward. I mean, if you do something nice at a point in time and, you know, you feel well obligated or you know, generous to a maximum extent, right? You know, parapap.
Is that?
Understand? Like you said.
Yeah, parapap is parapap, you say?
All right, Justice. Thanks for your contribution,
Yeah,
man.
respect.
Next.
622-1981. The phone lines are open. DJ Patrick.
Can I clarify the question? So is that the question, or what about the opposite, as I said? Can they use it as a punishment? Not
Withholding.
Withholding.
Yeah. Is that part of the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you wish, yeah.
Yeah. 622-1981. The lines are lit. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. Could you speak up a little louder?
I want to look at the side of okay, everything going beautiful, everything on par, everything okay. Probably everybody have the routine that they have for the week or whatever. But just because things going so nice to long in the office, you see me, I just need something special tonight. Just like that. I don't see that as a reward or anything that it's just spontaneous and beautiful. I don't see that.
But do you think some ladies use it as a reward type prize?
Probably, yes.
Okay,
Because
okay.
we live in a world with humans. That's it, probably. But if you take another spin of it, what about if the man is withholding it? You'll think about it that way?
The man withholding.
Of course they do.
But
Of course
but
they
what percent of men do you think would withhold sex from their wives?
do.
But she hasn't done a survey. Can't answer that question.
Hello, we live in a human, and it happens.
Okay.
It could happen.
All right.
Okay, beautiful.
Well, thank you for
Thanks.
your contribution, ma'am. 622-1981. If you're now joining us, you're locked on to Isaac 98.1 FM The Promise. The question, ladies, do you use sex with your husband as a reward? And should it be? Gotta shout out to all the people on the live stream right now. We're gonna take in a little piece of music, and of course we're gonna come back with this topic. Keep it locked. Back again with you guys, and of course the question, the very heated question, ladies, do you use sex with your husband as a reward? And should it be? Now, before we head back into the phone calls, and of course hear your opinion, we've connected with we've connected with an individual.
He's always listening.
Let me see. Hold on.
He's always tweeting and listening.
He's
Yeah.
always.
Chiming in here at 98 and comes in from time to time. And a topic like this, a heated topic like this, Mickey.
Good evening, sir. Are you there? Hello. Good evening. No, okay, wait. Hold on. We're still trying to connect. Okay, I think we've got him. Good evening, sir. Do you want to contribute something towards the topic?
Hello, guys. You know who this is. I don't need to announce myself. Let me just say this. Wives, if you withhold, you spoil the mold. I'm just saying, God made you a certain way to enjoy your time, to have fun with your husband. Don't hold back. You're going to spoil your back, okay? I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, that was President Trump, right?
Of
It
course.
sounded like him.
Easy Trump.
Yeah. So,
Paul is chiming
good
in.
evening. Good evening, sir. Thank you for locking on to Isaac 98.1 FM, The Promise. And reading some messages on our WhatsApp right now. Now, someone is saying they've been married for 6 years now, and they don't sleep with their husband because he has been unfaithful. 4 years, and they don't sleep together.
Wow.
Now, there's another spin on something. Alan,
That's the point I was making earlier.
Yeah.
Do they use it as punishment?
by not sleeping with them.
And in this case,
and
will it seem like punishment or protection?
Both.
Right?
So that's a
Because
good
for a woman-
question. What is her reason for not?
Right.
not-
But I have a stronger question now. If in this situation, if sleeping with your husband would save a marriage, would you do it?
I think you should repeat that.
Yeah.
Nice
If sleeping
and
with your husband is going to save your marriage,
Stress on the word save. Yeah.
would you do it?
No,
I mean, you don't want to hold on. You don't want to make sex the reason to hold on for any marriage at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But let's just say that was the
Karen's sick.
one catalyst
that's the only thing
to
that's going to help
actually
spark back
bring
the
this
love.
thing back
Yeah.
to where it's supposed to be. Would you not do it? Would it not be worth it?
In fact, to go biblical, Corinthians talks about that, about this sanctified wife or husband by doing the necessary, parts of a marriage.
Yeah.
Can save the marriage that way.
Yes.
Right?
But then that leaves one to continually, literally die to self because you've got to overcome that hurt.
And forgive.
That's
That's difficult for most.
that place that she's actually in. It would not necessarily just be a situation of unforgiveness. It's just that if he's consistently or continually
Being unfaithful?
being unfaithful,
Yeah.
you're going to find that she's going to be the one to hold back in a sense.
Be cautious because of
But I've been told by a bishop.
because of diseases and so on.
I have been to by a bishop where a lady literally went the other way on that situation, and it saved her marriage. As up to the point where the man forgot about any outside influences.
So maybe we should ask that now.
Yeah.
If sleeping with your spouse, continuing to have sex with them, if that's going to save your marriage, if that's going to rekindle the love,
An unfaithful soul, you mean?
an unfaithful spouse, would you do it? And if you think it should be done, what are some of the steps that one should take in order to be able to forgive that unfaithful partner so that they can be in that place where they can totally give up themselves? Call us now, 622-1981, 622-1981. Of course, Reynard Rollins is in studio. He's been rather quiet on this topic. He was making a lot of noise. A lot of noise before.
You still here?
And I was like, yeah, and they're like, oh man.
See, because my phone just been going off, and if anyone
You should send people across to the stream. Send them across to the live stream.
anyone who knows me knows I will speak on any topic. I'm just allowing people.
What about this one that have you? Hey, just a big up Tayana.
you see?
Tayana and Princess Town Travel Agency.
Wow.
Again out there in Princess
Stop
Town.
advertising.
Sorry, I'm with you.
I must say, very interesting topic this afternoon. I mean, definition-wise, one may say that the word reward sounds like a little child who, did good in tests.
Yeah.
So, when he was younger,
Buy ice cream for
you
them.
would buy ice cream,
Or buy a gift.
KFC, some gift like that.
Give them a cookie.
Like a actual reward. If we go with the biblical breakdown of the text, Jezreel mentioned it, part of it. Don't let the sun go down on your anger. So
Right.
as a couple, and I always tell my girlfriend that too. I say like,
Reynard, you have a
should try-
girlfriend?
Of course.
What's her name, Reynard? What's your girlfriend's name, Reynard?
Anissa.
And he says it with
You know,
pride.
so,
nice,
you know,
nice.
I'm not saying man.
So we have this thing where we try, it is inevitable that couples go through conflict. And I don't think that one of the reasons that a wife would give sex to her husband would be as a reward in the context of, okay, so he did something for me, so he deserves that. However, as our friend was now telling me, nothing is technically wrong with that. I mean, the Bible also says that your body belongs to me and mine to you. So there is no time that a wife could have sex with a husband that is wrong. Or there's no right time or wrong time.
Well, other
a
than
wife.
what biblical the Bible says.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if a wife
Fasting,
if
you
a
take
wife,
time to
yeah,
fast and-
exactly. So right, and even fasting,
Mutually understood.
right,
Right.
and even as you went with fasting, the Bible also says that. Even as a man, I
Don't
can't just
stay
go
away
and
for
fast
two-
just like that
Don't
without
yeah.
consulting her and vice
Yeah.
versa.
Right,
So
right.
you can't just say, well, baby, hey, I can fast and then
Too bad for
yeah,
you.
that's not how it does work. So I'm saying that the word reward in itself may carry that connotation, but I don't think that there's anything inherently wrong with a wife saying, you know what, my husband, he's been extra good to me, and I decided to go that route. I think that's a cool thing. However, with Allan's point, where the wife want to hold back, I mean, if you're a Christian and you know your word, I mean, of course we are human also, so you are allowed to be angry. But the Bible also says, "Be angry and sin not."
Right.
So therefore,
Until
you
sundown.
have to also remember that even though I'm mad, try to come to a resolution
But these,
with your husband.
you see, something like what that texter sent in represents something of a psychological issue, and more than just a physical one, because for the time you start to withhold from your spouse, it goes in. It is something that actually is affecting you psychologically.
Right.
You become like sleeping and you're trying to visualize you're kind of mind in different places. You're trying to be distracted.
But it's because of hurt.
Exactly.
And-
so the psychological effect of whatever is happening between the couple is what it presents this sort of a distance between, and again, in context of what we are speaking about in terms of reward, the adverse is the same. You hurt me, and therefore I'm
Pull
thinking
back.
that my entire body or my entire being is
Yeah.
actually
I'm going to rehold.
exactly
Withhold.
as a part of this.
Now, we've got to remind you guys, the phone lines are open, 622-1981. Feel free to call in and share some advice with us, 622-1981. Got to say a special good evening going out to Deacon Dawson Alexander, tuning in from Grenada right now. Big shouts going out to you. Also to Janelle James. She's saying, sometimes men end up being unfaithful because of the same quote-unquote reward game. So women must look inwardly as well.
Yeah. And I
that's
do
a
agree.
good point, yeah.
Yes, it is.
And
Because
Mickey,
let me just say that a lot of women, they know the nature of the man is
Yeah.
more physical and we are more visual. So they find that
We are attracted for
oh,
sex.
you want it? Well,
Yeah. We are
But,
talking about sex and then
but do you think that's an excuse?
it is, and it's wrong. I mean, we just quoted the scripture about
Excuse
your
yourself,
body
Mickey.
is mutually
I'm trying to
mine
play
and yours.
devil's advocate
I
right
know.
now.
but Mickey, the person who texted the thing with the husband. I
Yeah.
mean, you see, it is all well and good to quote
Hold on,
all the
Reynard.
scripture.
They bring in equal.
Yeah, bring the color.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Good afternoon.
Yes, dear.
Hi, good evening, ma'am.
You spoke about when a woman holds back from a man. All right? I'm talking about husband and wife here.
Right.
What about when the husband holds back from the wife?
What's back?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I'll listen to your answer off air.
What will cause them to hold back or
No, she's asking if that's
if-
wrong. If that's
it's
wrong. Yeah.
Of course.
And it's the same thing. We're not just doing it with the
I-
wife.
I would say
We're dealing with-
100%.
It's a generic
I will listen off
discussion.
that,
I think it's a generic discussion, not just a woman holding back.
Yeah, I
It's
suppose.
men hold back too.
You see, but primarily what happens is that a man seldom would be want
Predisposed
to
to doing that.
The
holding
only
sex
time-
as a reward and saying,
Yeah.
you clean your house.
The only time I think
You're not going here.
the only time I think a husband may not want to have sex with his wife is probably if he's extremely tired, and even still, it can still happen.
Yeah, it might happen in a tired way, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It could be due to unfaithfulness too.
Yes,
On his
yes.
part.
622-1981. Good evening.
She's wondering why.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good evening.
My problem is a little kind of complicated.
Your radio, please.
Could you lower down the volume on your radio a bit?
Yeah, you hear me clearly now?
Right. Go ahead.
You married a young lady, right? And she introduced you to a young man and saying that's a brother, right? The young man walked down the aisle, hand her over to you. And eventually after marriage, you get to find out that was your man.
Man home, legally married or what?
Legally married in church and everything.
Yes, sir.
So
polygamy.
so she's married to someone else and walked down the aisle and got married to someone else?
Yes.
No,
Still being married to the first person?
Something you're not living.
No,
you're not
it's
telling
divorce.
us. Something you're not telling. Oh, she
Well-
divorced. Oh,
Well,
But she never said anything.
yeah, that's bad.
I know some people still remain friends.
Yeah, we are better friends.
Okay. So what's your question?
We have 2 children involved,
Right.
but none of the children is carrying my name. Not even her name, it's carrying the gentleman's name.
And you have never met the gentleman. She hasn't told you about him or anything.
Yes, as I mentioned before.
Your radio still loud, huh?
Okay.
The kids are yours or is his kids?
Listen, it's theirs. Between
Hello?
you and the lady. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. I will use one of the gentlemen who on the radio right now. And she tell me, well, that one of the gentlemen on the radio is her brother,
Right.
Reynard.
right? And he tell me, well, yes, I'm a sister, but all the while was her man. So he walked down the aisle.
Well, don't say it was her man. It was her ex-husband.
Yeah, ex-husband, yeah.
No, was her boyfriend. She didn't marry. She married me. He gave her to me.
Right.
But they were not married when you all got married, right?
No.
Right. So it was her ex.
Right.
The kids are yours or?
Well, they're not carrying my name. They're not carrying her name. They're carrying his name.
Yeah,
But we run tests and it proved that the 2 children is mine.
Well, okay, then it's your kids, no problem.
I think the problem here is trust and lack of communication. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was like a cloak and dagger scenario.
She
there, in
hasn't
a sense,
Yeah, and
where the
before I
person withheld from you.
before I hang up, a while ago the gentleman was speaking about don't let the sun go down on your rod. Concerning husband and wife.
Uh-huh.
You know the Bible talk be not on equal yoke,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
She may be physically, but she's not spiritually grounded. So the sanctifying husband or the sanctifying wife have to help each other. The only way 2 people going to really love each other, they must have a personal relationship with God first.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people go into marriage for material gain, house, land, and car, but they really don't love the individual.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thank you all very much. God
Yes,
bless.
sir.
Thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
your time, sir.
I would suggest that he call a counselor.
A counselor,
Yeah,
yeah. Yes.
definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
That is
Born again.
Was that
Sorry
Reynard?
for-
Before he called, and I mean, the previous person to message had mentioned, I try to remember what they had said. Right.
Lady?
The lady who said that. What about if
man?
the man?
She's married for the husband.
Right.
She
Thank you.
had
Thank you.
sex with him.
Now, as I was saying, we can sit here and quote scripture from now till tomorrow. The actual reality is that human beings go through serious problems in marriage relationships, and I'm not saying that the Bible is not the final authority on matters. We agree on that, but something like that is not as simple as black and white. I mean, this is a lady who is dealing with an unfaithful husband, and I mean, it is probably a bit of a unreasonable suggestion
To ask
to
that she still has sex with him.
that you find out today. You find out today that your husband is unfaithful to you. I mean, it to me, and I think the ladies would agree with me as well, that is quite unreasonable.
I agree
for
with you as well.
No, but
I
Because
agree.
not
I
only
agree.
from a emotional standpoint, but from, I mean, let's be
A
real.
physical.
A physical. What
Because
if
you don't know
what
about
if he got that
diseases,
disease? So
right?
come
No,
on.
I say we should-
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
We
it's
did
not
highlight
just,
that. We did highlight that, Reynard. But the issue is in terms of where does the marriage go from here?
Think about it, Reynard. That happened, right? The
It's
hurt,
4
the
years
whole
she said-
scenario,
it's
right?
4 years she didn't sleep with him.
And let's throw something up into the air now. Say, for instance, the husband in a situation like that, he's really sorry, and he wants his marriage to work, and he's really trying, but the wife, because
has
of hurts
hurt.
and pains, and also being cautious as
the
well.
husband would have to first, in my opinion, he would first have to go and get a test to
Obviously.
prove that he's healthy
Right.
with that. Secondly,
But do you think after a 4-year period that she should still withhold?
right now we have no.
Keeping in mind, if he is actually trying to work on the relationship, to
Right.
save that marriage.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I don't have a time frame for she to forgive him. No, that's what I'm saying. This is a very ticklish
But then
subject.
after 4 years, Reynard,
we are no.
then
we,
you
no,
may
we
be
are
doing,
assuming
you may
here-
be doing that marriage more wrong, more
If
more
you,
more, more
once you
harm.
are holding
Right.
in that, I mean, yes, psychologically, there's a barrier to get
Yes,
over, and there are
yes,
situations
I
you
agree,
have to,
yes.
hurdles you have to jump.
Yes.
Because this lady, by now,
There's a certain
It's- and the
by
whole
now
trust
it's a-
issue and everything.
But by
Exactly.
now, not only that, there's a whole lockout issue.
Yeah.
Because it's 4 years. You're talking about a rock and a hard place here now, sir.
Because
So-
are we assuming that the guy has changed his
Surprised they're
ways?
still together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
probably, again,
No, we
because
have to
of
assume here.
responsibilities
She
and-
could tell us off air, obviously, but we have to assume here that the husband in question has changed his ways. Mickey was saying trying. So
Well,
okay.
if he hasn't, obviously, well, don't put yourself into that situation.
Right. Sometimes women stay with a husband because they have kids together.
Right, yes.
They may stay in a marriage
And that
because
could be the
they,
situation
you
here.
know, they
Let's
don't- you know,
take this
you know,
call. Let's take this call. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm listening to you all talking about a person who is separated for 4 years. I'm separated for 10.
Living with
And-
the person?
No.
But that's the point you're
Okay, go
making.
ahead.
That's the previous scenario.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Make,
you're
But
not
you go
pointing
ahead,
it
go
out.
ahead.
make your point. Make your point.
No, I'm listening to the conversation with you for 4 years. I'm actually listening to it. And I'm saying we talk about forgiveness and the person, I mean, forgiveness is there. I mean, wanting to forgive and everything like that, but I guess it's different for God.
Explain forgiveness is there. What do you mean?
Well, the person wants to forgive, the one person wants to forgive, and the other person doesn't know, I mean, doesn't give no indication. So,
Well, remember in this scenario we outlined, right? The lady was let me say she was the victim of the horn, right? So she has to forgive the husband. Now, your point was that you've been for 10 years separated from your husband. And have you forgiven him after this 10-year period?
well, yeah.
Would you be willing to take him back?
If he's
think
willing,
that's what she just said.
if he's willing to,
Yeah,
to
because
change his ways
it's
and
4 years
and
she
work on
still hurt and
on
she
the
still-
marriage.
I mean,
Yeah,
so
but
you know.
no, but she just said the same scenario, but she's 10 years and
Ma'am?
Hello?
I'm hearing you, and I agree with one of the callers who says, I think after this part of time, you have to go and find out if he's well.
Okay, yes, agreed.
We agree. Yeah.
That's true.
All right.
Do you have a question?
All right. Well, thank you for your contribution, ma'am. 6221981. Good evening. Hi. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Hi,
Yes, you're live on the air.
Hi, good day.
Hello?
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Good night, good night. Go on.
Mickey
Yeah,
and
live.
Reynard, this is Janelle.
Hey, Janelle James.
Good night,
What's up?
darling. Good night.
Yes, it's Janelle James. Good night. With regards to this scenario with the 4 years situation, 4 years withholding to me is the marriage over, right? So it's either the wife don't want to forgive and not move on, right? Because if the man's still there after 4 years, that means he's willing.
He's
But-
willing to work on it.
Of course.
Yeah.
So with the willingness to work and then the unwilling party, then it's the marriage over. So it's either they move on with their life and just get it over with, right? And then with the other aspect I was talking about with this cookie jar, right? Most times we don't even marry the right rib. We marry what we want. And we don't have the right rib, so it will never be a perfect fit. So this sometimes men just insatiable because of the lack of satisfaction, right? I just go extreme. Most people will know I will go extreme, think outside of everything. Sometimes it's beyond what we see and what we feel. Sometimes people marry just for monetary, whether it be something that they will gain with jobs, work, whatever it is, children. But sometimes we just marry outside of what, as let us say, what God put together, no man put asunder. Is not the I do part that will fix that, but it's the spiritual aspect with the rib in the right place. So,
You went a little deep there, sister.
good night.
You went a little deep there, Janelle.
Good night.
Okay, thanks, Janelle.
6221981. Still taking a few
Because
calls.
she said something
She
about
said a lot.
man's sexual appetite, in a
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
And a man men having this sexual appetite sometimes, and the woman not be able to probably match up, if for whatever the expression. I mean, these are discussions that you would have before marriage and should have in context, in terms of, okay, in the right place, in the right timing, this is exactly what's the expectations, and the framework should be set up before you're going into the marriage meeting.
Now, besides the appetite, Allan, what about the scenario of they not being fulfilled as much as the other partner?
And this is where the conversation, as I was saying before, would actually bring this into view. If the person, like just say the woman,
right,
has a much more, a stronger appetite, a bigger appetite for sexual desires, a lot more stronger than the man's own, then you could have a mismatch if the man not necessarily fulfilling her desires. Now, then she has to bring this thing a little bit down. She has to taper it down so that it will match. Hold on until it. Wait, I'm going cautiously here with this.
No, Brethren. Oh my
She's
God.
still, because remember, you're talking about an appetite that the man still cannot fill, right? He still cannot fulfill, but he should also strive to get to that place where he could fulfill that desire.
Okay.
It can't be that, all right, yeah, take it on because I'm not there. And similarly, as I say, vice versa. For the woman, if the man has an appetite that is a lot stronger than hers, he has to find out, you have to find a way to bring the balance in so that when, but she still have to work towards meeting him up at that level.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
all right. So let's take in a little more music, and we're going to come back with this again.
Sure. The people still calling. I seen.
Yeah, the lines are still going.
The
The lines are still going. Oh, Reynard needs to go.
You know what I mean?
Take the call.
Yeah, the
All right, Reynard is saying take this call. Good evening.
Like, somebody calling in.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Okay, an interesting topic, and you all are getting a lot of kicks out of it.
Kicks?
Not really kicks, but
Keep
okay.
it light. Yeah, just keep it light.
Some kicks out of it. I know you have to keep it light so it could be tense.
Yes.
I just want to make this contribution. I think that things go according to individual basis. When I say so, it's something like what Janelle said just now. It's Janelle, right? Yeah. Where, compatibility and things like that. And probably seeking God is one of the things as Christians we need to do in terms of having a partner. And then when you get a partner now, according to what I think what Allan was speaking just now, being able to fulfill the desires of your partner. Because, I've been married for 23 years. When we just got married, I remember one time my husband said, so you can't say no. No, what I say no for. I was just as active as he wanted to be. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, he came from a relationship. He came from a life, I should say, before becoming a Christian, where he was sexually active.
Right.
I became a Christian early in my life, so I was not sexually active. Right? So when we got married, he married a virgin.
Right.
No, he remained not having sex after he got saved, of course, which was a few years. Right?
Right.
But and one of the things he always said is that one of the things he learned to do was to please a woman. Because he would listen to friends and partners on the blog talk about how it's so hard to please a woman.
Okay.
And he was pretty good. And we enjoyed ourselves. Now, I'm not saying that there are not times when, as years go by, especially when children come into the picture, there are not times when things don't happen and you get angry with each other and you really don't want to do anything.
You don't want to be around them. Yeah.
Yes, especially as a woman. Right. You all made the point just now about a man holding back. Really and truly, when does a man hold back? A man never holds back. I don't think so. Really and truly, I don't. True. Because you always come home and say, I'm tired, and you're thinking, nothing tonight. That is not so. According to Allan, the only is how sometimes, and if you're too tired, then the fella might say, you know what, you want to go, but I don't want to go. You need to rest. You understand? You only get it up. You're not getting it up tonight. All right? Rest yourself. That kind of a thing, it just mightn't happen for you all because your body needs to rest, right? But right now, in our 23rd year, we have 3 children. They are older now, but we have actually come back to a place where we are almost like when we were
Just
when we
married.
were younger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Because the children are not around.
Right.
you know,
Chandeliers
the children
getting in the
are
mix.
still yeah, the children are still around because they're just older. They're just older, you know. So when they disappear from the house or they go to school and they're alone,
Honey.
Yeah.
Honey, roll out the weaponry.
But it depends on the appetite of the individual, because I listen to some couples and they don't have that kind of appetite like
Yeah.
I realize like what my husband and I have.
Yeah.
You understand? He ready to go, and most of the times now I will be ready to go too. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's
Equally
kind of
yoked. Equally yoked.
Right, they could say that, right? So because you have to know your partner, and you have to know, is that really and truly, when we were 23 years ago, we can't go as much as we used to go 23 years ago. And that's another thing we have to recognize.
But it's a good
That you
record
can't
to aim
keep
at.
up with that kind of thing.
But it's a good
because-
record. You wanna try and beat that record one of these? Yeah. Oh, we pray
understand?
with you, or present with you, my dear.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Wendy.
All right, Wendy. What advice would you give to a young couple who? What advice would you give them before they get into marriage concerning sex and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, they need to do marriage counseling. That is for sure. So
Right.
that's something we did. The church I go to, we had marriage counseling classes, and the classes covered sexuality. So you need to go to marriage counseling, and you need to hear that part of it so that you would know what to expect and all that kind of thing. The marriage counseling helps. Don't get married without going to marriage counseling. I remember when we were in marriage counseling, some people, now when we went, we started and we did not have a date for our wedding. It had some people came to the class and they had dates. It had some people came to the class and when from the time certain things were mentioned, they realized, this is not for us, and the relationship did not continue yet. And that's how serious the class was.
Wow.
The person who did it, they really did it really nice. And I think they open up things for you to see whether you really and truly you want to be married to this person, if this is the right person for you. So definitely go to marriage counseling, go to proper marriage counseling. And our marriage counseling in our church was for about 9 months or so.
Wow.
It covered various topics. And we went to all of it.
That was our marriage
You
counseling
understand?
session.
Yeah. And we did it.
That was marriage
We
school.
did. Yeah, yes, we did it. It was once a week, every Friday, I think it was. And we did it without having a date for marriage yet.
Okay.
It's after we went through, then after we decided, okay, we're going to get married. And we didn't stay in our courtship for very long, because we knew each other we knew each other a while before. We knew each other. We met in church, we knew each other a while before. And when we realized we got serious and thing.
So you're saying counseling is good.
Patrick, yeah, counseling is very important.
No.
Patrick will be able to be a witness because Patrick knows me.
Now, allow me to share a message that I got from someone. They're saying, the person is saying they're married to a minister and he does counseling. However, our 20 plus years of marriage is on the rock. And he said he will never go to counseling because he helps people. What is the wife to do? Could someone on earth please help a very strong-minded individual?
No. He can't be like that. In my opinion, he cannot be like that. Not because he helps others, that does not mean that he does not need help.
Okay.
It's obvious he needs help. And
Right.
he needs to get over that prideful part of him and go to counseling from somebody who could help them.
Thanks, Wendy.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, bye.
Indeed, eh?
Hot topic,
but
man.
That situation there, Mickey, is when I deal with someone in a situation like that, primarily, yes, they're going to get that standoffishness, because again, it's like it's like one is, first of all, it can come across like denial. One, it could be like I don't have a problem, or I don't want anyone to know
Yeah.
about my problem,
Because they do counseling as well.
So yes, it's a kind of false pride, but more than that, it's like a place of denial. I mean, I'm not the professional on this, and you can ask the professionals and stuff. What the texter needs to do, however, and I would recommend, is that if it's a she or she,
It's a she, yeah.
she should go get the counselor herself first
Right.
to deal with it, because I mean, there's wisdom at all levels. You understand? And there'll be a wisdom now, because that's where the prayer has to be. The prayer has to be, Lord, grant me the wisdom to quench this situation where I can break this fella down to understand that we need.
And prayer works.
And yes, it does, because
prayer works.
You ask God, you go to the mountain and you speak to the Lord. You just open your mouth and just speak, throw it out there and just wait for the answer.
Yeah.
But the wisdom now is to find the wisdom
of how to deal with the situation.
And then the right person will come along, or you'll be sent to the right person to get that kind of counseling to deal with this kind of mindset. Because it's a mindset.
All right, so we're going to take some more music, but before we do that, President Trump.
Hello, guys. You know who this is. I don't need to announce myself. Let me just say this. Wives, if you withhold, you spoil the mold. I'm just saying, God made you a certain way to enjoy your time, to have fun with your husband. Don't hold back. You're going to spoil your back, okay? I'm just saying.
This one is dedicated to the king.
Thank you, President Trump.
Trump belongs to him.
You're listening to Relationship Wednesday on Cruise Control.
That's right. It's Relationship Wednesday on Cruise Control. Isaac 98.1 FM, The Promise. Now, we started off this particular topic saying, ladies, married women, do you use sex with your husband as a reward? And should it be? That was the question. Then we're asking spouses in general. Some ladies have been saying, well, men do withhold. And as Allan has been sharing, there are various reasons. And one of them may be because of impotency, medical reasons, and, because of pride. Men, it's going to be hard for them to admit that. Yeah?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so...
I mean, no, man, come on. No, it's difficult for a man to come out and say he can't necessarily. Please, even if she has an appetite that's a lot stronger than his, it's difficult for a man to even suggest, I really don't think I have the appetite to please my wife, or not at that place. And then to the severe case, I'm impotent. Problems down below.
So we're going to take just a few more calls before we wrap up at 8 p.m. Good evening, you're live on the air.
Hi, good evening again, guys.
Yes, sir.
You were mentioning a few reasons why a man might withhold, right? But I'm not sure if you were mentioned one that I was thinking of. The fact that, in some instances, it's possible where he could just not be physically attracted to his wife again.
True that.
And it could happen, it's possible. And, the effect that would have on a woman if you come out and say, well, babe,
you don't do it for me again.
Yeah. That could have a serious toll on her self-esteem and everything. So, our next question could stem from that. You understand? How you, as a man, as a husband, how do you deal with something like that? I mean, if you're not physically attracted to your wife again, that could have an effect on your mind, and eventually, you wouldn't be able to perform and you wouldn't have an appetite towards her again. It's possible.
You sound like you're a married partner.
No.
I know what I'm just teasing you. You sound like a married man. Nah. Good point. Very strong point.
So, that's our next thing.
And that is where the journey is, Mickey. And I like the point. Thanks for your contribution. Because really and truly, these kind of things happen. When people say, I'm not necessarily feeling it. And not just for the man to the woman as well.
Yeah.
You understand? Where the attraction and the physical, the physical aspect of the whole thing, it kind of start to wane, start to fall short. Things that happen. Again, I'm not the expert.
But in a case like that, if the man is not attracted to his wife, what would be a safe way to mention, or just not mention anything at all?
I would say you can't say that.
In a safe way.
Go talk to a counselor. Go to your pastor. Go to a leader or a mentor. Sit down and have a rap one-on-one, and deal with that with those influences around you cheering on your marriage.
Right.
Yeah, because you need somebody to cheer on your marriage. Because if a man actually sort of, look on the outside for attraction, we have problems.
Yes.
We have to find a way to keep that thing. Bring the caller in.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
Hi, good night.
What's your contribution, ma'am?
I just was listening to your topic there. Very interesting topic. I know for instance, sometimes as Christian, we don't really discuss the topic of sex. Nevertheless, right, what I was thinking about, what about if the husband have another woman outside there, sometimes if the wife is, unattractive or undesirous, right? So they would have gotten into a new relationship, and for instance, the feelings would just cut, so therefore they would just start to be like that, kind of distance themselves from their wife,
Right.
neglecting wife in a way, physically. I just have a blessed night with you.
Thank you.
6221981. She was asking about if the husband has someone on the outside. Yeah, but I think you mentioned that as well as being one of the reasons.
Yeah, and it could be. It could be that as well.
Else, yeah.
Not
But
saying
as I
that
say,
that should be the first.
The first, yeah.
right?
Because you don't want to just
Don't
spring
assume.
to those kind of conclusions
Yeah.
immediately. You understand? You want to tiptoe around those things first and try to look within to see if there's a relational issue. Because I would first ask myself, why am I not getting anything from my wife?
Mm-hmm.
Is it that she's upset with me? Is there a reason that did I turn her off? Did I annoy her? Something is wrong. Let me try to get to the meat of that problem first. And if you, no, I'm not. Is not
So
that.
in questioning yourself, how long should you wait for an answer? Because you're not supposed to allow the sun to go down on the raft.
No.
How long?
This is where, Mickey, this is where communication is paramount. If there's an open line of communication between you and I,
What if
you and your spouse,
what if there's not? If
well,
say for
then that is
instance
where it had to start. It had to start back.
someone is vexed and they don't want to communicate.
Then that bridge of communication has to be built first, because it'll come across as traumatic now if I come and tell you we've not been communicating for a while. There's no sex, whatever the case may be, and then one day I just come and say I'm no longer attracted to you. That is going to be traumatic for a woman and a man as well. But for something to be discussed, I mean, there's as well as say for conversation sometimes of a nature like this, the stage must be set.
Yeah.
The scene must be. You
can't just
can't
blurt it out.
No, you have
Right.
to create this atmosphere
Right.
where the two parties can
Converse
exactly
easily.
So you're just gonna spring into action and just get vexed. So if the sun going on up on the rat, I mean, sometimes the sun had to set a little longer tonight, honey. we had to talk a little bit longer before the sun really set fast.
Yeah. All right, so I think that does it for the topic. It is 7 minutes to the top of the hour. It's been a pleasure. I totally
Reynard,
enjoyed myself.
Reynard, the whole
Reynard?
lot. You made it?
Reynard hardly talking this topic,
You made it,
I was learning.
You were learning.
As much as I was talking, and I
Smart.
heard a lot of feedback
Smart child.
from mainly women called today. And I knew that would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And in my summary of the discussion today, I think that communication, and I as always said, that is a big thing, because as Allan said, if you don't set the stage for dialogue to happen, then we can't go forward. Because if you say let's go to counseling, it's talking you're going to be doing.
Right.
So it's obvious talking is a key part of a healthy relationship. So
And
any problem you
talking
have-
with each other first.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I've been a part of our conversation here with Coffee. Coffee was on board here at one time, and he said him and his wife were on board here, and I think they were mentioning if you want to have sex with your wife this evening, it begins in the morning. How you start to
Set the pace, set the
what
mood.
to do during the day, and whatever the case may be. So sometimes, yes, fellas,
But sometimes you can be doing all the right things during
Yeah.
the day, and just 5 minutes before you reach home,
Argument.
yeah, but
why you slam the car door?
yeah, and sometimes it's triggered. Again, we all have to walk. Yeah, it's a walk. We all on this journey of life. As I saw, most people saying we is human.
Yeah.
They say that we is human, which is true. But once you're in this thing called marriage, folks, it's work. It's humans at work.
Yes.
Consistently.
Yes.
You understand? So you don't want to just say here. You understand? But you want to be able to that the woman say, hey, well done, here. And there's nothing wrong with it, folks. I am on the point that there's nothing wrong with getting a reward of sex. For having done a good job, doing something really good. Where she say, you know what? And I think that is healthy for a marriage.